Hi everyone, this is your Tampa Bay Realtor Lance Moore, and in this video I'm going to go over 4 for sale by owner tips, or really more like for sale by owner questions that I've gotten over the last month. So I understand a lot of you out there saying, oh, well, you're a real estate agent. Of course, you're going to be jaded and, you're going to give your opinion and everybody should use real estate agents. And I'm not saying you're saying that, but I know a lot of you might be saying that. And that's not really true. And I say that because at the end of the day, 99.9% of you watching me right now on YouTube are not even in my area. So I just want to answer these questions, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or reach out to me. But let me go and I'll start off with the first one. We are selling our home on our own and having a buyer show up with an agent. How can we avoid paying their fees? Don't pay their fees. You never said you're going to pay their fees. So it's pretty much that simple. I don't really understand why a real estate agent would show up with a buyer to someone who's trying to sell their home themselves, because they should know right up front that they don't want to pay fees. Now, a lot of people who are doing for sale by owner will pay a fee to the real estate agent, because at the end of the day, you have the price, which is the fee, and then you have the cost, how much money you're really making. So does it really make a difference? So, but you don't have to. If I show a for sale by owner, and I really don't show for sale by owners, I just never do. But if I did, I would always call the for sale by owner and say, hey, I have a client. They want to take a look at your property. Will you pay a real estate agent commission? If you will, how much? I determine if I want to work with them or not. So don't feel obligated that you have to pay the real estate agent a fee. They should know better. All right, so how can I sell my home online without a real estate commission? Well, of course you could do that. Now, pretty much in any MLS, you're going to have to pay some commission, whatever that commission is, whether you're paying 3% or 2% or 1% or whatever it is, if you're going to go in the MLS. Because most MLSs out there, and I want to pretty much say all, but I'm not going to speak for every single MLS in all 50 states and up in Canada, but they pretty much have something that you have to pay the realtor. And there are other avenues. You could put it in online third-party websites to the MLS. You could put it in the newspaper. You could, run it on other different websites. So you don't necessarily have to pay a commission. The next one, do buyers pay realtor fees? Generally, no. That's the beauty about being a buyer. They can. Matter of fact, I've had situations before where earlier in my career where I've had a buyer and they wanted to buy a for sale by owner, or at least look at a for sale by owner. I can't say they wanted to buy it, but they wanted to look at a for sale by owner, and I called the person who is selling the home. They said, no, I'm not working with realtors. I'm not paying a commission. And so I told the buyer, if you want me to represent you, if you want me to work with you on this aspect, you're going to need to pay a commission. Now, a lot of buyers do sign a buyer's agreement, so they're going to pay a commission, whether, it's a for sale by owner or not. But they generally don't want to pay a commission to a realtor. That's the beauty about being a buyer, but they can at the end of the day. The next one is, can realtors sell their own homes by owner? Well, yes, why not? I mean, it's sort of funny because looking at it the way I look at it as a real estate agent, I'm really no different than you. I have the option to either list my home and do for sale by owner, or not put it in the MLS and not pay a real estate agent, or put it in the MLS and pay a low fee to a real estate agent. I mean, there's a multitude of different ways. Now, I've had property up in Jacksonville. I live in Tampa. I had several properties up in Jacksonville, and I wanted to get them sold. Well, I actually could have put them on the MLS in Jacksonville for a $25 fee. And I would have had to pay $25, and then I would have had to pay whatever I'm going to pay to the selling side, who's representing the buyer. But I elected to go through a real estate agent, and the reason why I elected to go through a real estate agent, and I know there's a big difference between a good agent and a not so good agent. And I'm not saying myself, but I just wasn't up in Jacksonville to do this. So I didn't think I was the best person. I felt like the commission I would pay this agent would be more than fair for their work, and I would yield more money. That's why ultimately I did it. Because at the end of the day, a lot of times people think, oh, well, you're a real estate agent. You only have to pay half the commission because you only have to pay the selling side. You don't have to pay the listing side. That's actually not true. And the reason is I don't pay myself money, but when you start working for a living, time is money. And my time is very valuable. And if I didn't think that way, if my time wasn't very valuable, or if I just thought all real estate agents were the same, then I would just take a brand new agent in my office. I would underpay them to list my home, and Lord knows we have 350 agents in my office. I could find several to do this, to list my home, and then I would have them handle everything because it would behoove me to do that. But I understand the way I do marketing and the way I do things, it's going to behoove me to do what I do because I'm going to get more money. So hopefully you understand. Again, at the end of the day, and I'll just say something, a lot of times for sale by owners get caught up and they say, well, I'm not going to pay a real estate agent any money. I'm not going to pay their commission if I am doing for sale by owner. My question would be, why not? What's the difference? If you're worried about the cost, just budget it in there. And if you're not, then don't. But I would use a real estate agent, but I don't think many agents like showing for sale by owners. I think it's a lot of work for them, and sometimes you go over and you say, well, the buyers are out there. Well, I've talked to buyers who are looking at for sale by owners. The reason why they look is because they're really doing all the work. What's the for sale by owner doing? They're basically holding an open house, on Sunday, and they're putting an ad in different magazines or wherever they're putting them online, and people are coming over. Well, it's the buyers that are going from house to house to house to house, but most buyers don't like to do that. They want to use a real estate agent. They get represented. Hopefully they find an agent that knows what the heck they're doing, and they use them. If you want to get more tips on selling a home, I'm going to put my video playlist up here for sellers. I would highly recommend you watch the playlist, the videos on the playlist. They'll probably give you a lot of really good ideas selling a home by yourself or if you're going to hire a real estate agent. So I hope these tips helped you. I hope this information helped you. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments below. I wish you the best of luck because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. It's, people tell me all the time, hey Lance, I'm going to do for sale by owner first. Great, do it. Hey, if you could save money, if you can make money, whatever it is, do what you need to do. No skin off my back. I mean, I have plenty of clients, sellers and buyers. Do whatever's best for you and your family. So I'd say the same thing to you. Do whatever you think's best for you and your family. Put some thought into it and come up with a wise decision that will benefit you. I wish you the best of luck and have a wonderful day. And if you decide to go for sale by owner, good luck to you.